Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great show for you today and a lot of news to go over. Let's think about this for a moment. Massive institutions are moving in on crypto. Remarks from Glenn Hutchins to level set everybody for where we're going today. We have massive breaking news from Circle, and it involves ACH. That's right, automated clearing houses. Remember how we said to pay attention to stable coins? Oh, you're going to like that one. BIS back in the news, and it's all connected. What about a central government blockchain? If we have one, it's going to need a very, very important quality to it. And the U.S. Treasury, SEC, and the CFTC appear to be uniting to give us the clarity we need, not just for XRP, but for crypto. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter above at the top of the screen at Backup Bradley on Twitter. And let's go ahead and get right into this. We have a lot to unpack today. By the way, the crypto market right now is currently falling like a manhole cover from the sky. There is a blue light special on aisle 5 for XRP. Yeah, it's 25 cents. That's right. I love it. I will be getting some. It's looking pretty sexy at 25 cents. If it continues to drop, and look, Bitcoin, 30,000, a little more. Some would say, bargain prices these days. But you know what? I think there's some more hurt to go. We're going to get into that in just a second. Let's take a look at this quick piece of news here. Philippine Central Bank to license crypto trading and custody firms. Told you, things are happening everywhere, all over the world. We're going to get the clarity we need, and you're about to find out that that is coming. Now, looking at this, $1.6 billion Pantera Capital CEO Dan Morehead says the Bitcoin market has reached an inflection point. Listen to this. Morehead said the firm has received a ton of inbound calls from endowments and other institutional investors looking for exposure. Well, listen, if that massive amount of money, that's trillions of dollars, not just billions. You're talking about trillions of dollars looking for exposure. And I'm going to tell you this right now. And if they're going to get a piece of that exposure, you can bet we're going to get a whole lot of clarity, because they're not going to play with the same rules that we've been playing with. They're going to have some security. You can bet on it. Maybe they even make some things securities. All right, let's start right here. This is to level set all of us. I want to remind people that, we do use some of the same pieces of news to set certain tones. I can personally tell you that there is anywhere from 400 to 500 new people joining this channel every day. So let's level set with this little piece of news and continue to move through the very, very exciting things that have happened in the last 24 hours here. Let's just take a look. Let's start right here and let Glenn Hutchins, former New York Federal Reserve president, owner of the Boston Celtics, former president of AT&T, and head at Silver Lake. I mean, forget about it. This guy's everywhere, right? Let's just listen to what he gives, a great analogy, railroad analogy, to understand the blockchain space and how it works. And then he says something very important after. I'm going to let that play, and I'll stop it in just about 2 minutes.
How I think to think about the cryptocurrency world is there are three parts of it: the blockchain, the token, and the protocol. And the three of them operate together to create one solution, one integrated solution that has the capacity to revolutionize the way we move things of value around the world. Let me use a railroad analogy to make the point. The token is the equivalent of the boxcar. It's the thing into which you embed something of digital value that needs to be moved from one place to another, from one part of a blockchain to another. The blockchain is the cargo invoice, is the invoice in the cargo manifest. And the rails is the protocol. And you have to think about all three as one integrated solution that enables you to accomplish the purpose of moving anything of value around the world at the speed of light at no cost, the way we talk about email today. People who just talk about blockchain are talking about something very interesting. But it's a piece of enterprise technology that's an advanced database. And a private blockchain unconnected to the global, to the Bitcoin or another digital currency blockchain is the...
And he was about to say the global blockchain, but he'll say it again in a second. Listen very closely.
Equivalent of the intranet. Remember when we had intranets to begin with, where it was really cool, you could do internal communication with people in your own companies, but it wasn't really until those intranets were connected via the internet protocol to other intranets to create the World Wide Web of intranets called the internet that the world changed. The world is going to change in finance when we connect the private blockchains via the Bitcoin or Ethereum or other protocol to the other blockchains in the world. Have a global blockchain that's the World Wide Web of blockchains that'll...
You have a global blockchain, the World Wide Web of blockchains. What's it going to take to make that happen, though? The Interledger Protocol? Flare Networks? The XRP Ledger? Yeah, I think so. Let me tell you what else it'll take. It'll take using stable coins, which will be the on and off ramps that I've been pounding the ground here, because a lot of people don't like talking about stable coins because they don't really go up in value. They're pegged to a dollar, broadly speaking. ACH now live at Circle, full support across both payments and payouts. Well, let's get into this. For those of you that don't know, automated clearinghouse is a big deal. Electronic funds transfer system run by NACHA, National Automated Clearinghouse Association, since 1974. This payment system provides ACH transactions for both payroll, direct deposits, tax refunds, consumer bills, tax payments, and many more payment services in the U.S. Listen to this little section here. ACH Network is an electronic system serving financial institutions to facilitate financial transactions in the U.S. Listen. It represents more than 10,000 financial institutions, and ACH transactions totaled more than $55 trillion in 2019 by enabling nearly 25 billion electronic financial transactions. That is what the stablecoin USDC has just opened up to. You with me? Get your dirty socks off the coffee table, put the cookie crisp down. The ACH network essentially acts as a financial hub and helps people and organizations move money from one bank to another bank. ACH transactions consist of direct deposits, direct payments, including business-to-business B2B transactions, listen to this, government transactions, and consumer transactions. That is what Circle has just connected with and now supports. If you ever wanted a signal to know that Tether's out and USDCoin is in, this is it. This is it. That $1.4 trillion lawsuit from the federal government against Tether, I think it's really got some meat on the bones. And this is a clear sign to me that while U.S. residents are sidelined broadly here when it comes to XRP, you look at this and we have said that stable coins on and off ramp, addressing the issue with USD Tether with the lawsuit, getting that sector cleaned up because that is the on and off ramp to this crypto space. Then the next area we need to deal with is obviously what the wholesale back end is for things like XRP and cryptocurrencies broadly. That clarity by default will let us know what the tax implication on all of these things are. That's what we're talking about here. And Circle just got the job done. That is massive, massive news. And while that has happened, the Bank of International Settlements, that's right, if you're not aware, that is the central bank of central banks, continues to pound the ground for a cross-border payment solution. It will make a real difference to many of the most vulnerable. Submit your paper for January 27th, which is today, and join the international community on this discussion and the upcoming conference on cross-border payments. We know what XRP is designed to do and is absolutely designed to help remedy the solution for cross-border payments broadly in many different sectors, because it's just not about remittances. I want to play this very quick excerpt from Unchained Podcast, and thanks to Laura Shin, and you can see how she grimaces when she hears the solutions that's been flying around in the back office here that Brian Brooks shares about a solution here. And it sounds a lot like what Glenn Hutchins said at the SEC Fireside Chat.
And so, again, I come back to the idea of that presents regulatory challenges. Now, there are a bunch of solutions that I've heard people talk about on this. One would be, imagine a world where there was a central government blockchain and all other chains sort of connected to it.
Damn, that's interesting. And again, what has that kind of interoperability? The XRP ledger, the ILP, the interledger protocol that was gifted to the W3C, Flare networks. You know, to build on this, we move again to this piece. This was brought to my attention by Digital Asset Investor. Shout out to you, my friend. This attorney confirms what I've been saying. Bitcoin and Ethereum have not been legally declared commodities. Anything can happen. And you know what? He's absolutely right. Because it was the guy giving his opinion. Hinman gave his opinion at a speech at a conference, I believe it was. And there was no official ruling on those assets, which means this entire crypto space has not been cleared for takeoff for what these assets actually are. Here is an incredible thought piece from that segment of what Digital Asset Investor shared there. And this is from Joseph Hall, who wrote an incredible piece. And shout out to you, Joseph. It really is a great piece that you've written here. I just want to highlight a couple pieces of this because it is important to know how this overview goes as we move forward, because I think it's very pivotal where we're headed here. It says in here as a highlight, Ripple Labs was a Silicon Valley wonderkind with a hefty private market valuation and a credible business model centered around disrupting the enormous market of interbank funds transfers. You know, like the World Economic Forum said last January, and cited intra-bank payments and settlement for central banks and CBDCs, JPM Coin and XRP, of which Circle is now hooked to the automated clearinghouse for bank-to-bank transactions and government transactions. Come the hell on in. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You smelling what I'm stepping in? I see this market taking shape very, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. And I tell you something, this is shout out to Michael M. for this article here. President Biden's financial team will clarify Bitcoin and cryptocurrency regulations. Let's take a look at this. President Biden is putting together a team of financial leaders that should clarify the tricky cryptocurrency market in a hurry. 3 of Biden's top-level financial staff picks have proven understanding of how blockchain and cryptocurrency assets actually work. And that is correct. When we look at the trifecta here that we're talking about Janet Yellen, who has been confirmed as the U.S. Treasury head. And then we're talking about Gary Gensler, who's next up to be confirmed for the SEC, who has extensive experience with cryptocurrencies and former CFTC head. And then none other than my favorite, Biden reportedly selected Georgetown University law professor Dr. Chris Brummer for another high-level financial post as the chairman of the Commodities Futures Trade Commission. Brummer will advise Yellen on also develop a regulatory approach to treating some cryptocurrencies as commodities. Dr. Brummer, who, by the way, we interviewed for Cryptonaires, and by the way, Dustin Plantholt and myself have some amazing news coming to you just days away, and I can't wait to share. But Dr. Brummer is a shoo-in for this, and it would absolutely be to the benefit of the entire crypto space to have someone like Dr. Brummer at the head of the CFTC. He has international law, domestic law background. He has his extensive knowledge in crypto and blockchain digital assets. He's written several books on fintech and blockchain. He has testified before Congress and the CFTC to help ask the right questions to craft the right legislation as we move forward, or regulatory framework. It would absolutely be to the benefit of all of us and this crypto space to see this trifecta come together. And I believe we are, because what this comes down to for me, this isn't just about getting clarity for XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see them give clarity to the entire crypto space. Bitcoin and Ethereum, all of it, XRP, none of us have gotten a pass. And we're about to see the introduction, I believe, of an entire framework for the entire crypto space that has been so desperately needed to move forward in the way that we need to, and to see the massive amounts of institutions and endowments like Dan Moorhead from Pantera Capital mentioned to us. And before we get out of here, here's a little fun fact, and I have no idea what it could mean, but Ripple is now back on the Link2 app, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that's exciting to know that it's back up there. Private investing made simple. Yes, you have to be an accredited investor, but I'll tell you this, you can join the community for free. Download the app, ladies and gentlemen. I do have links to the Android and the iOS Apple app that you can download for your phone, and it's free to be a part of the community. But side note, Ripple, I noticed, came down off of the app when the lawsuit was announced. And I saw yesterday here, courtesy of Mr. B XRP, that Ripple is back up on the app, which I don't know if that has anything correlated wise to do with any kind of clarity or possible negotiations, settlement. I'd have no idea. All I know is it's back up listed on the platform, and that's exciting news for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, share with somebody you know, and hit that notification bell. This truly is a very exciting time. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section for anything that you may want or need. And there's some really great stuff in there. Don't forget to check out Unstoppable Domains. Has some really great stuff going on right now. They've just gotten picked up on an exchange. I'm going to break that news again later this afternoon for you, but there's massive stuff happening for them, and I'm so excited for everything they're doing at Unstoppable Domains. Don't forget, I do have a podcast where you can get all of these shows on podcast. That link is in the description box as well, and sign up for that newsletter that I put out occasionally too. You will want the exclusive information in that as well. I'll catch all of you on the next one.